Can you believe it has come to this? The final of the UEFA Champions League.
It was the most amazing weekend of our lives.
Munich finally gets the chance to go mad. Drogba!
From that moment, I knew that we won the weekend.
Robin, kicked out by Czech. It's come down to 10 men and their nerve from 12 yards out.
It's like a movie script. Nobody expected us to be there. We won it.
From start to finish, Chelsea's Champions League campaign of 2012 was extraordinary. Both the run to the final and that magical night in Munich were glorious in their own right. But to fully appreciate why it meant so much to everyone concerned, you have to consider what went before. Every club at every level of the game has a tale of woe. The one that got away, if only this, if only that. But when it came to Chelsea and the Champions League, the sob story was one with an awful lot of painful chapters. For more than a decade, the agony of the various exits from Europe's biggest competition was magnified by the manner of them. Never a quiet fall at the group stage hurdle. It always seemed to be something dramatic in the knockout rounds. The first of those came in the very first campaign. Luca Vialli's upstarts had the mighty Barcelona on the rack in the 2000 quarter-final, only for late goals in both legs to bring everyone back down to earth with a bump. Modern Roman times have brought consistent participation in the competition, but the so near and yet so far story was just as consistent. The semi-final against Monaco in 2004 was a nightmare, from the Tinkerman's choices on the away trip to the horror of seeing a 2-goal lead disappear in the return game. Two further semi-final defeats followed in the next 3 seasons, both at the hands of Liverpool. Luis Garcia's phantom goal was enough to settle the first of them in 2005. The penalty shootout defeat 2 years later seemed inevitable as we watched it, but was no less crushing. Then came Moscow, the lowest of the low. Slippery turf, the width of a post. Never before had anyone had victory snatched from them in such a manner. After that, many felt it simply wasn't meant to be, and that outlook was only strengthened by the outrage that brought elimination in 2009. With penalty appeals turned down by the handful, Barcelona stole a place in the final with the last kick of the game. Maybe the competition owed Chelsea something, and maybe that's not how it works. But either way, in 2012, somehow, it finally all came together, and it was utterly unforgettable. This is the inside story of how Chelsea's Roman army conquered the continent.